when you observe what's happened in the West, not just in the last couple of years, but in the last couple of decades, do you hold out hope that the West will be able to deal with the grip of radical Islam?
Well, I think no. Let me be very precise about this. These Islamists and then the Muslim Brotherhood, what do they have right now? They have a system of banking, including charities. They call them charities, but those are not charities. Those are the sort of companies that they run to refund and money laundry the Islamists all the way in the Middle East. Because if he has an open account in Australia, no one is going to ask about it. And he's going to have an Australian citizen to run that money in the name of fund and charity. Now, if you ask, there is organizations, I would not mention their names, and that's because we are in this time and age where you cannot mention a Muslim Brotherhood charity, because guess what? In Australia right now at this moment, they will sue you, sue the channel, sue everybody, because they want to censor your right to speak or name them. They want to make it expensive for anybody to name them. They have banking in terms of charity. They have schools right now. They are in your universities, and they will have more and more people in the government and the members of the parliament to at least defend them or sympathize with them. Now, if we are having all this, that means they're controlling your street. Later on, you will see some of them being a judge or so on. So we will make sure they have always a lawyer and a judge defend them, and they are already some part of the regulations regulatory when it comes to the government. They're in your streets, they're in your education system, and they are part of the regulators. They are everywhere, and they're growing, and the funds unfortunately comes right from outside. In fact, I can give you an example. It's a very broad example, a funny one in fact. The Islamic regime in Iran was targeting my country with over 3,000 rockets and drones, targeting everyone, civilian. He wasn't targeting an American base, he was targeting civilians, children in Kuwait, in Bahrain, and also in my country. Question is, did you see any protests in Australia about this, against the Iranian aggression, in solidarity and in support of the Muslim people who are in the United Arab Emirates or in Bahrain or in Kuwait?
We were marching for the Muslims in Gaza, but not for the Muslims being attacked by Iran. Well, this is the thing.
But because this answers your question. The moment you ask why is that, because the Muslim Brotherhood do not like UAE or Bahrain, because we counter the Muslim Brotherhood and we ban them. So it's not about Islam. This is not about Islam. This is not about human rights. This is not about genocide, because Iran committed a genocide. 40,000 people of the Iranian did not come back since January. Iran killed those children and women and executed them right in the street.
Yes.
Not even one protest in support of theirs from the many communities in Australia.
So is the long game to take over these Western countries, is that the long game for the Muslim Brotherhood?
Yes, there will come a point right now, I believe we're going to be in the time of action. The next step is action, which means they already recruited, especially after the 7th of October. He gave them enough place to recruit people and use that emotion grab on them. And then they went through the education system also. So now they have enough fund in terms of the charities that they use, and the umbrella of the charities, and they have enough imams, and they have enough recruitments. The next is action. They will carry out terrorist attacks. More terrorist attacks are coming to Australia, more coming to the United Kingdom. There will be terrorist attack. And you will go back into this interview that we're having to remind people, we did warn about this. It's not because we're very smart and clever about this, and it's because the Middle East understand these terrorists, because we suffered from them.
You understand them better than anybody else.
Because we suffered from them, and we know how to counter them, and we stop them.
So let's wrap. What's your message to Australia?
Ban the Muslim Brotherhood. Do not tolerate people who do not tolerate you, and treat your country like your home, and treat the citizens like your children. Care about them. Future is really dark if you're going to allow these guys to be the elites, the Muslim Brotherhood to be the elites of your society. You have a great history. protect your civilization. If I'm saying protect your civilization, this is a huge warning, a huge warning. And my hand is on my heart when I speak about Australia. I have visited Australia, and I have seen the recent attack when it happens against the Jewish community. This is not what Australia is about. It's so diverse. It's so amazing. But right now, just ask yourself. Some part of Sydney, you and I know that
yes.
A Jewish Orthodox cannot show his identity.
Yes. And thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your advice and your warnings. Let's hope we heed them.
Thank you. Together with Stand and together with Rive.